All right. Thank you so much for that, Tracy. And yeah, I still remember that time with Augie and Pastor Aaron and Josh. It was an amazing week. So now, Laura, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hello, my name is Ana Laura Moran Soto. I am 12 years old. I have a brother, and we don't have pets actually. And my favorite color is purple. My favorite animal is the red panda, and my favorite signature in school is math.
Ah, I'm not very good at math.
I'm a little.
Yeah, I'm not very good at math, but I do like I like the color pink. I like the color pink. That's kind of like purple.
Wait, what color? Sorry, I'm colorblind, so if you talk about
Pink. I like pink. Laura likes purple.
okay.
You got to pay attention.
No,
Um,
sorry, what I'm right now thinking is pink is like light purple or purple is like dark pink. So anyway, I'm gonna get lost in there.
yeah, no, they're not the same.
Better not
But
include
okay, whatever.
it. Now, you, Gabby, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Hi, glad to meet you. My name is Gabriela. I am 18 years old. I love listening to music. I like drawing and painting. I have two pets. Their name is Moon and Buster. Uh, I have a brother and a sister. Um, my favorite signature in the school is biology and chemistry.
Ooh,
And
science.
my favorite colors are blue, green, and purple. And I am a senior in the high school.
Oh, what do you plan to do after you finish high school?
I want to study in the university as a lawyer.
Wow,
So yeah.
that is awesome. A lawyer. That's so cool. I like the color green too.
That's great. So now, girls, I'm gonna ask a question. Please be honest. And if you want to keep talking about anything else, like the question may be about ice cream, but if you want to talk about Guatemala's Independence Day or something like that, just get lost into the conversation. I don't mind. So this is the question I'm gonna ask you first. What's the last thing that you broke and how did it happen? I'm gonna be the first one. I bought a mirror and I was trying to hang it on the wall, but unfortunately it didn't work. So I broke it, and so this is part of it. So don't worry. I didn't kill myself, not yet. But the thing is, I picked it
Do
up.
you know in the United States, if you break a mirror, it's like 10 years of bad luck?
Well, I've been alive for 21 and I've broken like 20 different mirrors, so I'm cursed for life.
I didn't say it's the truth. I'm just saying it's like a superstition, something we believe. I don't really believe it, but it's what they say.
It's okay, but yeah, I think bad luck on me it's on a new different level.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what it broke and how it broke it. What about you, Tracy? What's the last thing you broke and how did it happen?
Oh, I tell you what I broke. I guess it's been about 3 weeks ago. So my mom has been sick and I've been worried about her. And I was coming from visiting her and I pulled to the gas to put gas in my car. But I turned too short. And so my car hit the metal thing by the gas tank. So I broke my car. And so now I have to get it fixed.
Did you really broke your car?
Yeah, it's got a dent in it. Yes, my husband was so mad. It's my new car. I have not even had that car 1 year. He was so mad.
All right. I can
So
feel, but it's okay. All
I
right.
was in a hurry and I wasn't thinking. So
It's okay. What about you, Laura? What the last thing you broke and how did it happen?
I think that was the screen of my cell phone because I was watching videos on my bed and it dropped down and it broke
Ouch. When did it happen?
like 3 days ago.
Oh, sorry, Laura. That
But, but my parents didn't say anything about it.
lucky
But I
girl.
bet you're sad because now you can't see your videos and your WhatsApp and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was a little, only a little.
Oh, not the whole screen. Okay.
That's good. What about you, Gabby? What the last thing that you broke and how did it happen?
Was this? This has two flowers, uh, small flowers, one here and one here. So was the last week. I was doing my homework and I do this, and this is broken. So that's happened. I was doing my homework. That was so sad because this is so beautiful.
Thank you so much for that. Um, Before we continue asking questions, ladies, Laura, Gabby, or Tracy, is there any topic you want to talk about? If you want to, please do. Or Tracy, you can ask them any question. Laura, Gabby, you girls can ask Tracy any questions. And if you don't, I'm gonna just start asking just normal and random questions. So the time is yours.
I have a question. Tracy, can you describe the place where you live?
Yes. So where I live is on the eastern coast of the United States, like in the southeast. And my state is very unique because we have mountains in the west, plains in the central part of the state, and the beach to the east. And where I live is very centrally located near the capital of my state. And we can travel to the mountains in about 3 hours by car and to the beach in about 2.5 hours. So it is very nice here. Not as nice and cool as Guatemala. So like we're just ending the summer and it's really, really hot here. When I was in Guatemala in July, the temperature here was about 100 degrees. It's slowly getting cooler and we're moving into fall and the leaves are changing colors. So now our leaves are like orange and red and brown, and then it'll be winter and then back to spring. But I like Guatemala because there it's always the perfect temperature, always the perfect temperature compared to here. It's always hot here or it's always cold, but in Guatemala it's just right.
Oh, that's so true.
And Laura, where do you live in Guatemala?
I live in Guatemala City and in San Juan, near to the Palace of Guatemala.
Ah, okay. I don't know that I've ever been that far into Guatemala City. We always go to San Lucas.
And what do you think that is your favorite place of Guatemala?
Well, I've been to Antigua. I've been to San Marcos. I like San Lucas. I would have to say Antigua so far is my favorite because I like the buildings and the colors and those things. But when we went to San Marcos, is that where we were, Pancho?
No, that was it's called Solola. It's
Uh-huh.
Panajachel and San Juan La Laguna. So
There
Panajachel.
you go. So I liked it there too. The streets all have different themes, like one had umbrellas and one
Oh,
had hats. So I like it there too. I just, Laura, the thing is, I love Guatemala. I think they could take me anywhere and I would like it. I just love Guatemala. It's one of my favorite places.
And what can you tell us about North Carolina? What would you suggest us to do if we ever get to travel there where you live? What can we do for fun?
Well, we have lots of things to do for fun because we live in the capital. We have lots of places where concerts are held. We also have a professional football, not soccer, but football team. That's in Charlotte. That's about 3 hours away. I would suggest going to the mountains, especially right now, because the leaves are changing colors and it's beautiful. If you come and it's warm, I suggest going to the beach. We have some of the most beautiful beaches, I think, in the country, and they're very, very nice and not too far away. I would suggest any of those things because our state is just it's nice because you can go to the mountains, you can go to the coast, and where I live is not far at all. So you don't have to take a plane, you can just drive by car.
That's awesome. Gabby, do you have any questions for Tracy? Or Tracy, any question for the ladies?
I have a question. You teach Spanish, right? Tracy?
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
so I've been a teacher for a long time, 27 years. And yes, I started teaching Spanish to little kids in elementary school. And then here's an interesting fact about North Carolina. We have one of the largest Hispanic populations in the country. We have lots of Hispanics here from all over Latin America. And so in the 1990s, the population of Hispanics grew by 150% in the state of North Carolina. And so being a teacher, if you could speak Spanish, they said, hey, you should go back to school and become an English teacher. So that's what we did. And then I became an English teacher, just like Pancho. And I have taught that. So a majority of my students come from all over the world, and they don't speak English as their first language. They're learning English just like you are, except for it's a little different because they have to go to school. Everything is in English. There's, a lot of teachers don't speak Spanish. And so we teach them how to speak English. I help their parents understand what do we do in the school system. It's very different here. And now I work with other teachers who teach those same students, and I kind of teach them how to teach those students. What's the best way to teach them? But I did teach Spanish, and I speak Spanish fluently. I went to college for Spanish. My degree is in Spanish.
And what do you think that is the most difficult thing about Spanish?
Oh, let me see. I think the most difficult thing for me is the subjunctive in Spanish. Is very hard. Also, sometimes I think for me, my pronunciation is hard because I come to Guatemala and I talk to everybody in Spanish and my Spanish does better. And then I come home and I don't speak as much. So sometimes the pronunciation, but I would say the subjunctive is the hardest. What about you? What do you say? What do you think is the hardest in English?
The regular and regular verbs, because we have to learn how to change it, and it is very difficult for me.
Yes, English is a difficult language. We do some really weird things in English. Yeah.
I can tell.
What about you, Gabby? What do you think is the hardest thing in English?
I think maybe the pronunciation sometimes is difficult for me because when you read, it's not the same in Spanish. When you read in Spanish, you read like is the word, but in English, the sometimes not always the pronunciation is the same that the word is right. The spelling is different, so I think maybe it's that.
Yeah, in Spanish, when you read, every letter has its own sound. And in English, the vowels especially, it depends on what they're before, what they're after. Yes, I would agree with that. Yes. But you guys are doing great with your English. You really are. You're doing fabulous. I guess Pancho is a good teacher. Oh, but wait, Gabby, he's not your teacher. That would be Jonathan. That's why, right?
Of course we are.
I know Jonathan too.
Gabby, Jonathan, Tracy, and I are we're so close and good friends.
Mhm.
Debate like last year talking about what was harder to learn, English or Spanish. That was a good debate. We didn't finish.
Yes,
We need to keep talking about it.
yeah. It's hard. Learning English is hard.
Yeah.
But I will say this, it is easier than my students that come from Arabic countries. I have students that come from Iran, Afghanistan, and their language is all symbols and not letters. So now you're in the United States and English, and they read from left to right, and now you have to read from right to left. So you do have some advantages with Spanish being your first language because Spanish and English are both derived from the Romance languages.
And I have another question. Do you play any instrument? And if not, what would you like to play?
So growing up, now Pancho, you don't know about this. So growing up, I took piano lessons. I can play the piano. I took 12 years of piano lessons. I don't play much anymore, but I did. I learned to play the piano. So I can play. What about you? Do you play an instrument?
I am learning to play the guitar. I am not like um I cannot play a lot of things, but I am learning.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, nice. What about you, Gabby? Do you play an instrument?
No, but I want to learn how to play piano and yes, like piano.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's great. Any other question, ladies? Or you, Tracy? You can ask whatever you want. Like how much
Gabby, where do you live, Gabby?
I live in Guatemala in Misco. It's part of Guatemala. It's near to the Guatemala city and something.
Oh, okay. So you both live in the city, in the Guatemala city.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some things that you guys like to, okay, so the next time that I come to Guatemala, what should I make Pancho and Jonathan and everybody? Where should they take me? What do I need to go and do and what do I need to see?
Uh, I think that the Guatemala Palace that is big and beautiful, and sometimes you can enter to see a museum of different things of Guatemala.
Okay, I've not done that yet. Okay, write that down, Pancho.
I am. I didn't know you can get into it. Really,
See, you're learning something too.
yeah.
What about you, Gabby? Where should I go?
Mm, maybe lake the name is Atitlan. I think it's so beautiful. It can be a good experience for you. So I I think
We
that's gonna.
we went there last time. We did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Okay.
beautiful. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Like I want to go and rent a house and stay there. And I want to get on a boat and go to all the different little towns and learn all the things.
It's definitely amazing. Now, Tracy, do you have any question? Well, you already asked them. Now, ladies, do you have any other question for Tracy?
Yes, I have one. Tracy, what makes you angry?
Don't say me, don't say me, don't say me.
Well, it's Pancho when they call me Tia Crazy. That's it right there when they call me Tia Crazy. No. Let's see. When my kids don't clean up, um, when they leave dirty dishes, they don't pick up their clothes, they just leave my house in a mess. Sometimes I get angry driving because people are not good drivers, so I get angry with that. So yeah, those things. My children not doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay, I think that in my case makes me angry that I have to do a lot of homework and I don't have time and I am like a little bothered about it.
Yeah, that's what my daughter does too. She doesn't want to do her homework because then she can't be on the phone and she can't watch TV. And so she gets angry. Yeah, I understand that.
All right, thank you. Gabby, your last question?
Uh, what is your favorite restaurant?
In Guatemala
Oh,
or is
in
the,
Guatemala or here?
let's say,
In the boat?
Okay, here I like a restaurant called Bonefish. It's all seafood. They have the best food, like shrimp. It's so good. So that's my favorite here. And in Guatemala, I would have to say, is it Abuelitas Pancho?
oh, gotcha, I know that one. Ladies, the name of that restaurant is Hacienda La Abuelita,
That's
La
it.
um, grandmother's little village, something like that in English. But it's so good because they sell steak, beans, guacamole. Nacho, I'm
Oh,
hungry right now.
it's the best. I've been to the one in the market too, I think. I've been to both of them, so yeah. I love it. It's so good. Yes, I do. I don't know, that restaurant we went to for breakfast the last time was really good too.
Oh, yeah,
I
that,
can't remember the name of it. That was so good. When we were on the way to Lake Atitlan, um,
I don't remember it either.
I don't remember the name of it either, but it was really good. But yes, so anytime that there are in Guatemala, I love the beef and I love the beans and homemade tortillas. They are my favorite.
That's a
What
beautiful.
about you guys? What is your favorite restaurant? Oh, and I love pollo comparo. That is so good. Every time, as soon as I get off the plane, I go eat at pollo comparo. Mhm. What about you guys? What do you like?
In my case, my favorite restaurant is Pueblo Real, that is in Tecpan. And I like it because the food is so good and also we can see horses and a little farming and also we can take photos with the family and visit the nature.
Oh, is that nearby Guatemala City?
A little is in San Lucas, I think, Tecpan.
Yeah, we stay in San Lucas. Okay, we're gonna have to try that, Pancho, because Laura told us we need to try it. What about
Really?
you, Gabby?
Um, for me, I think San Martin. It's like have good food. I prefer the lunch there. The pizza is good and the salads also are good. So
I've
for
eaten
me,
there
it's
one time. It was good. Um, I don't think you were with us, Pancho. It was like the first time I came. It was
Um,
good. And
No,
I also like the restaurant that we go to in Antigua where we eat breakfast. Oh, it's so good. Where
um,
you can see the volcanoes. I can't remember the name of it.
on San Martin. So let me tell you what happened that we were there, but it was a Thursday. We were coming from the name of this town where the Pastor Edgar is, Cauque. So what
Chowke.
Joseph forgot he had a training on his church, and he was like, "Hey guys, what do we do? What do we do?" And we were like, "Okay, Jonathan, Frank, Charlie, Baron, and I sacrifice ourselves, and instead of going out to eat in San Martin with you guys, we went to do the training. We got back to the camp around 11 p.m. and then we went out to eat nachos and tacos and all that stuff. That's what.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We ate a lot of food then. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, way to sacrifice.
yeah, I know, but it was worth it. Now, sorry, Tracy, but we have to finish this meeting now because Laura she's a participant on a chess tournament and she must leave at 6 p.m. Yeah, she's that good on
Let's go, Laura. That's great.
yeah. So now,
Yeah.
before we leave, do you have any advice, any cheering words for them? Anything you want to tell them?
You guys are doing great with English. And all jokes aside, Pancho and Jonathan are great teachers. Their English is phenomenal. Keep working hard. Try to read books in English, listen to music in English, watch TV in English. Those are things that you need to have English all day, every day, trying to just hear things and do things. Because that's what I do here at home. So just like you're learning English, and even though I speak Spanish, I still have no one at my house speaks Spanish. So I listen to music when I'm going to work. I watch news in Spanish. I read books in Spanish. All that just helps me to keep learning. So I find that it's helpful for me. If you can do that there in Guatemala, it'll really help you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Tracy. I hope we
And
get
maybe the next time I come, I can meet you all and we can just practice our English.
that'll be amazing. I can talk with Jonathan and another friend of ours who works in this English academy, but we can get that done. So sorry, but I want to respect Laura's time. So first of all, Tracy, thank you so much for this
You're
opportunity.
welcome anytime.
Thank you. Hopefully we can get to see you in a couple of weeks, or who knows, maybe next one.
Who
Now,
knows?
Laura, Gabby, anything else you want to say to Tracy?
Thank you so much for staying with us, and I hope you had a better Spanish soon.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you and have a nice day.
Okay, you guys have a great evening. Laura, good luck with your chess competition.
Thank you so much. See ya, girls. Have a wonderful week.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.